Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here tonight. WrestleMania 34, the pre-show started out, as well as the regular show started out, with John Cena sitting amongst the WWE fans. It looked like he was sitting about in the first or the second row, just sitting out there drinking beers, shaking hands, kissing babies, waving for the camera. He was watching matches out there, just basically just like every other member of the WWE. I think it was shortly after the Asuka versus Charlotte match, a referee came running down the ringside and basically announced to John Cena that I think he said that the Undertaker had appeared at the Superdome. Maybe he was walking around backstage. Maybe somebody had a vision of him. Somehow somebody knew that the Undertaker was there, and John Cena knew that this meant business. He jumped the barricade, run to the backstage to hopefully get ready for his big match. When the time came in the show, John Cena made his entrance. He made his way down to the ring and basically thought that this was going to be it. And as he was standing in the ring, he was waiting and waiting, only for nothing to ever happen. And Cena thought, maybe tonight was not going to be his night. And he packed it up and he started to head towards the back. As he did, the lights came turned off. When they came back on, Elias came out to everyone's surprise, making his way towards the ring to treat everyone to basically the Elias concert of the night. This was not what anybody was hoping for. This honestly was a huge letdown, and when Elias started to go into John Cena sucks, that is when John Cena got into the ring and hit him with the FU and thought that was going to be his WrestleMania moment. As Cena left out of the ring to make his way towards the ramp to call it a night, the lights went out again, this time for them to come back on, and Undertaker's gear to appear in the ring. The lights went out, and they came back on. The gear was gone. After this, the lights went out again. This time, Undertaker appeared on the stage, making his WrestleMania entrance, making his way down to the ring. Once he got there, we were honestly treated to a less than 3-minute match. I can honestly tell you that I don't want to be that guy who basically asks for a match on YouTube here. I can remember making matches about the Undertaker versus John Cena. I can remember really starting to make them around WrestleMania 29. Thinking there was a chance that would be a match, and definitely WrestleMania 30, 31, 32, all making videos basically saying it was time for Cena versus Taker. This was a match that I thought the WWE Universe, as well as the fans out there, really, really hoped for and were really going to get. Now we finally get it, even though, basically Undertaker is rode off into the sunset. We don't see him around that much, but they decided to give it to us. In this match, basically, Undertaker beats Cena pillar to post. Cena was in charge of the match for maybe about 10 seconds, basically throwing Undertaker down, going for the 5-knuckle shuffle, and then when he bounced off of the ropes is when Undertaker did his sit-up. Undertaker stopped dead in his tracks, and Undertaker made him pay for it by picking him up and hitting a tombstone. Like I said, less than 3 minutes. It was in and out. Maybe they didn't want Undertaker wrestling a real match. Maybe they wanted him to take it easy where he wouldn't have to get any surgery or anything like that on his hip or anything. But, Undertaker got through it. Cena got through it. I'm hoping that this is a way for Undertaker to be able to leave on a good note, getting a win. I don't think in a year's time or 2 years' time down the road, people are really going to remember that Cena versus Taker at WrestleMania was only 2 minutes and 45 seconds. But that's the way it was. Undertaker, he won his whole career. He lost to Brock. He lost to Roman at WrestleMania. It's 2 losses out of 24 matches, finishes 22-2, I believe. So that's a pretty respectable time. If WrestleMania is looked as if it's the Super Bowl, no matter where you wrestle on there, and you finish with a record of 22-2, I think that's a Hall of Fame career if I've ever seen one. So right off into the sunset, Undertaker. You really enjoyed one hell of a career.